Fish is a game where you I think I got the wrong game. Whoops. Fish is a game where fish. The first step to fishing involves you playing Oceania, where you must fight for your life just to obtain a fish to begin with. You could be like this guy, who takes 7 years to be able to get the fish on his rod. Or you could be like the other guy, and take 5 milliseconds to get the fish in your rod. One step continuous button pressing is repetitive. One therefore must now complete a bar minigame. After now catching a quite wonderful fish, one must then walk over to the appraiser to get the fish appraised to a more higher value. Once the fish has been appraised, the player can therefore now go to the merchant and sell the fish for money. Over time, the player will eventually accumulate cash and need to walk out into the wider world. So, for that, you're given the opportunity to go find some other rods. It's recommended for those with less experience in the game to buy sturdy rod, a quite easy to obtain simple rod, with a bit less on the side of, your speed. It can offer quite other fish within 100,000 kilogram weight. Once the player has obtained a steady rod, it's up to them to choose either fish until they get an enchant relic, or head over to Melon's shop and request that she gives you an enchant relic. If you choose power, she will give you the price of 11,000 to obtain your very own enchant relic. Heading over to the Statue of Society, the player is able to enchant their rod with relics. Walking over to the Diamond Coal, the player is given the opportunity to use the elevator for a small price of 400 coins. In here, you'll find yourself in the Keeper's Altar, where you're allowed to use your enchant relics, as long as it's in the nighttime. Normally, the player would want to get Hasty on the road as it gives you a 55% increase on the rod's lure speed, and due to this rod's lure speed being abysmal, it incredibly helps the player in their time. Now, once the player has accumulated wealth of 150,000 coins, the player must try to find where the Desolate Deep is. Going into the Desolate Deep, the player is brought down to an underground cave area. The player who chooses to go left, where they will find themselves the Super Flippers, while going right brings you the desolate pockets once you've gone through the tunnels that lead to it. Since arriving there, I must find out where the Trident Cave is. Through the tunnel that leads to the Trident Cave, the player enters a place where they will place 5 enchant relics, alongside having the desolate deep bestiary completed, and the door will open, leading to the Trident Realm. Once the message "The Strange Whirlpool" has appeared, the player must therefore find a place that looks like this. Make sure the whirlpool that you're looking for has a beam of light coming from it, else jumping in it will get you killed. Inside the whirlpool, you enter the vertigo. Walking through the vertigo, you'll find a large pool where it's recommended to jump into. Walking down into this area, where you'll find some red crystals. Climbing them will lead to this quite massive door, and a guide sits here. It's required to open this door a key and a completed vertigo bestiary. So the player must therefore begin fishing inside the vertigo for a complete bestiary. One fish requires a crab cage, and the mythical fish at this place is the Isonade, which, if previously seen before, is in the whirlpool, so will be need to be fished out of the strange whirlpool. Once collecting the key and a complete bestiary, this place will open after talking to this guy. This will lead you to the depths. With the parkour, it's fairly simple and honestly not hard to do. The player will have to collect 750,000 cash, which makes it. Alongside that, the player will need to collect a hex rune and an abyssal rune. Walking into this place, the player will need to place their hex rune here, where this slightly ghost-like person is, and their abyssal rune will need to be placed near this large statue, where yet another ghostly-like person is. This will open up the maze, where the player will have to complete it to where one of the depths, which cost him 750,000 coins, can be used. Now, once the players attain the depths, my advice would be to head over to the Northern Expedition, as, in my opinion, it gives you the best amount of money. And heading over to the canal area, as the player to get the Heaven's Rod, which, in my opinion, is quite a great one to use for the late game, as it costs 1.75 million coins, approximately 2.5 times the amount of the one with depths. Alongside that, the player will also collect 4 crystals, which are in various different locations. The red crystal costs them 250,000 coins, which increases the price of that. The blue crystal is hidden inside of an ice formation, but you have to buy a pickaxe, which costs 5,000 coins. The yellow crystal can only be found during an avalanche raid, if you either wish to wait for an avalanche or buy an avalanche totem, which costs 150,000 coins to get it. The green crystal is found with an NPC who's willing to give it to you for free. After collecting all 4 crystals and placing them in their respective element, the player can walk just to where this tree is, as the vault is quite slightly beneath this. Using the glider to make sure you don't fall down and miss the vault, the player can just waltz on in as the vault is miraculously opened up for you. walking through and climbing down the rope, the player will be sent to where the heavens rise. As previously stated, its cost is 1.75 million. These are its stats. Now that the player has reached the end game, all they're left to do is to achieve level 500, where they'll obtain the No Life Rod, then get max level at 750 to get the Rod of Eternal Kings. And at that point, the player must just fish eternally.